Mr. Lubbers, please tell us a little bit about yourself and your respective spirit.
Well, this is the Hunting Denim in Kentucky. The whole 34-34s is what they are.
My name is Bernie Lubbers. I am born and bred, still live in Kentucky. I'm a whiskey professor, and my safe word is cinnamon.
We are at the Valley Hall.
I'm from Kentucky, where 98% of the bourbon in the world is made. We're real proud of what we do down there too. We were made out of the Claremont distillery in Claremont, Kentucky, which is off a little road called Happy Hollow Road. How could you not be happy in where you are in Bourbon and not to be off a place called Happy Hollow Road? It was a lot of history in all these spirits. In our spirit, it was in 1857 that a gentleman named Ben Parley Moore was down securing business for his employer. And he wrote back an eloquent letter, and that's back when people actually put pen to paper and wrote eloquent letters. Now we like text each other like, I'm at the Valley Ho, LOL. You know? And back then they took time and they wrote, and he was so taken by the people in Kentucky, he wrote back to his employer, "Gentlemen everywhere, I am greeted with gentlemen with their hearts in their right hand and their right hand in mine, and surely in your left hand a bottle of unequaled old bourbon." And it's true to this day. It's just only in the last 5 or 6 years that bourbon is really coming back into culture, and I don't think it ever left in Kentucky, but it's just great to see folks. Here we are, it's 90-something degrees today, and we're here enjoying whiskey tonight, so it's really good to see. Bourbon by law, we cannot just be any grain. We're not just barley. We have to be, our native spirit comes from the native grain that grows in North America, which is corn. We have a little barley down here. We have rye up here, which are flavoring grain. But the majority grain has to be corn. That is the law. It also has to be distilled at lower proofs. Comes off distilled lower proof. And I don't want to get too technical here. Trust me, I can't. I was publicly educated in Kentucky. But the higher you distill something, bring it off distill, the more flavors and characteristics you distill out. The lower you bring something off distill, the more flavors and characteristics you keep in. The more times you distill something, the more flavors and characteristics you take out. So we're typically double distilled. In Kentucky, we come off distill at less than 160 proof. We got to go into the barrel and be aged at a lower proof at 125. And the really key of this is it can't just be any barrel. It has to be a brand new charred oak container every single time. We can only use it one time. And because we're trying to get a lot of flavor out of it as quick as possible. We also have to be made in the United States. 1964, Congress declared bourbon the native spirit of the United States. It's a distinctive product, has to be made in the USA. Lyndon Baines Johnson signed it into law, and every September, the U.S. Senate voted that every September is National Bourbon Heritage Month. So, folks, not only is it delicious to drink bourbon, it's your patriotic damn duty to drink bourbon. And in a time where they say, I turn on the news every day and people say, oh, we don't want the cars that people make in the United States. We don't want the appliances that people make in the United States. Everybody around the world wants Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. So bourbon alone will pull us out of these hard economic times. Bourbon is the #1 spirit, not the number one spirit sold in Australia. And it's spreading all over the world. So when you think about the native spirit, when you think of these whiskeys tonight, please vote bourbon. Thank you.